This video will demonstrate two ARM servers. Each ARM server runs Android images in Linux containers. A compressed graphical rendering screen is created by the servers. The rendering stream is then transmitted via a network to a x86 Ubuntu client. The client renders and displays the graphical interface. We will demo two ARM servers. One server is located 2 meters away from the client, and the second server is located more than 3,000 kilometers away from the client in Amsterdam, over 1 million times more distance. We will see that graphical performance is virtually identical despite more than 6 orders of magnitude difference in the distance between the two servers. First we start Android with the RA start command, then we attach with the RA attach command, and we use PS to see what applications are running. We can click on the launcher and look at the calendar application. Here we see the graphic effects are as expected. We then can enter the calendar application. Using the navigation bar, we can return to the launcher, and now we can look at the contacts application. We could use the scroll bar to scroll up and down, and we can scroll smoothly in the main window. We now will enter the settings application and scroll down to the submenu apps. First we see the downloaded apps. Now we can see the running apps, and then we can see all the apps that are downloaded. These are all the possible apps that can be run in this image. Returning to the launcher window, we can again go into the settings app. Go into the home submenu. Here we've changed the launcher. When we hit the home navigation button, we enter a new launcher, non-standard. We can navigate to different apps. For instance, we can look at the news and weather app and see that we have updated news feeds. Right? Scrolls very smoothly up and down. Right? Going back to the launcher window, we can get into the settings app, and now we can look at the accounts and we can sync an account. So I go into my account, and I can sync individual apps data. So here the apps data is synced, and now we see the date is up to date. We can go back to the main menu of the settings program, go back into the launcher, go into the settings program again, and change the launcher to the Google Standard Launcher. Okay, now we'll start up a second instance of Android running in the cloud. RA start, RA attach. Now we're attached to it. PS will show us what apps are running. As we progress, more apps begin to run. And very soon now, we will actually have a launcher window in the second window, the one on the left. Okay, if we expose it, we can see that we have a very similar window with some very slight differences. We can look at the calendar application. Again, it scrolls very smoothly. We can look at a particular meeting on September 17th. We can go into the rightmost window, go into the calendar application, and look at the same meeting. Here we see that there's an hour's difference, not because of the clock has been misset, but the right window is actually in Amsterdam, approximately 3,000 kilometers from the left window, 70 millisecond difference in delay, in latency. Here we can look at the speed and the smoothness. The left window is 3 meters away from the computer, and the right window is 3,000 kilometers away, but we see that they're equally smooth. Difficult to tell the difference. The clock has been set, shows a different time because of the time difference, the time zone. Okay, next we will move an icon. Things which normally work in Android work equally as well, and the same behavior that we would expect. We can go into the non-standard launcher, and then go back to the standard home launcher, which is the Google launcher. And now we're looking at both graphical displays again. We can scroll back and forth in the launcher. Same thing would work exactly the same when we do it on the remote display. We see that there's a slight difference in the news feeds because of the geographical location. One is in Amsterdam and one is in Rehovot, Israel. The next thing we will do is we will look at graphical composition. Right? We'll start up one browser using a local machine, and we will start to understand how we use a remote surface flinger program. All the surfaces are rendered locally in the client, and they are displayed using a surface flinger. So in this window we have actually 4 surfaces. One surface is the app surfaces in the application. We can pull down the top status bar, and we can go back using the bottom navigational icons. We can look at the recent programs, scroll smoothly through them, and pick a particular application. Okay, so if we hit the back button, we will go back to the previous program, which was the contacts program.